Hey guys, it's Gaming Van here, Coxcast, here with a special little thing I was going to talk about. So normally I don't talk about tech that often, but I'm going to today. So basically what I'm going to talk about is the new R9 390 cards, um, and just the 300 series in general. So these came out a couple weeks ago. These are new cards by AMD designed to be competitive with the new 900 series cards from NVIDIA. Now, what they've done is they have they've come out with the 380 and the 390. And I think there's a 370 as well, and there's X versions of all three of those. Basically, what's happened is they've come out with these amazing new cards. For example, look at this, $330, and it has 8 gigabytes of GDDR5 VRAM, which is absolutely insane. You could not get a card with 8 gigs for that cheap previously. Now, I've watched a couple of comparison videos to the 970, which is a pretty popular card. It's an NVIDIA card. It's a step down from the big brother, the 980, and then the 980 is a step down from the Titan. What you get here is around the same price, $339. It's got, but it only, you see, it's got 4 gigs of VRAM. And now even with that 4 gigabyte increase with the 390 card, it's only slightly faster than the 970, but still it's same price, but it's slightly faster. So it's, and you get 8 gigs of VRAM, so that would help with like 4K, like multiple, a lot of multiple monitor setups. Actually, the 390 does better than the 970 in that terms with the like the high resolution and stuff like that because it has more VRAM. Now, also, what is surprising is the 380. This one's actually really surprising. The 380 is right around $250. Now, what makes this so weird? I mean, I would spring for the extra $40 and get the 4 gigabyte version. Is that it has almost comparative frame rates to the 970. See, 970 versus 380. Let's see. I think it was. Okay, so I don't know if it, you can go to gpuboss.com. So with the 970, you're paying another $115. You get the same amount of VRAM. The 380 is really good. It's almost as good as the. What makes the 380 and the 970, the differences between them is that the 380 actually 380 you're getting about 5 to 10 FPS less on most games than the 970, whereas with the 390 you're getting about 5 to 10 FPS higher than the 970. So there's no real in between that's really comparable to the 970, although both cards are very close. So you're gonna get like a 20 FPS difference between this and the 390. However, the 970 comes in at a very high price point, whereas this one is really cheap. This is comparable in price to the 960, which the 280 already blew it out of the water. So when the 380 came out, it smokes the 960. And the 960 is about the same price as what you'd be getting for the 380. So I would recommend, if you're looking at a new graphics card right now, you're looking in the mid to high range graphics cards. If you have enough money, honestly, if you have enough money, go ahead and buy the 970. don't buy the 390 just because of. I'm not being an NVIDIA fanboy. I have an AMD card in my system right now, but just because the NVIDIA cards run cooler and they also run more power efficiently, although AMD has made some strides. So just take that back. Get whichever. Really, they're very similar. Go with what fits your needs. If you want one that runs slightly cooler and slightly quieter, go with the NVIDIA. If you want one that's you got a lot of monitors, you're gonna be, you don't really care about sound or heat. You want to go with the AMD, although sound and heat has become less of a problem, which, like I've said. Now, if you don't have that kind of money, I would go ahead and get the 380, and go ahead and spring for that the extra 2 gigs of RAM, VRAM, just because the card itself, 2 gigs. It cuts it now, but it won't cut it for very long. You're gonna want to get a 4 gig card, and I have a 2 gig card right now. Basically, any of these cards are going to be way better than my current card, which I'm ashamed to say is a 7870 gigahertz edition by HIS. I know, you're probably all laughing at me right now. Well, you know what? Beggars can't be choosers. Moral of the story is, go with, first of all, whatever you have enough money for, and then second of all, just go with whatever company you like better. One thing that I've noticed is that you don't want to buy the 300 series graphics right now. Don't buy them right now. Wait until you have waited about 6 months. That's a sort of a long time. Wait about 2 months from now, and then go ahead and get the 300 series. If you're thinking about getting a 300 series, just because of they're so new that a lot of the support is not out yet. A lot of the drivers haven't been put out yet. You're not going to get the gaming experience that you want with one of these just yet. Wait until you get a lot more drivers out. Just because, wait at least a month. Then you'll be set. If you only want to spend the 200, the 2 gig card is going to be fine. 2 gig card is going to be good. Honestly, $199 for this kind of card is an absolute beast of a price. 7970, 7970, which is what the 290X was last year. Yeah. 7970 was what the 290X was. So what you're getting with the 380 is a rebranded 7990. So that was the top of the line 2 cycles ago. So you're getting a really fast card. This is basically, the 380 is what the 290 was last year. And so you're getting, a 290, and a 290 is good. However, I would spring for the 4 gig, definitely. 4 gig. 380 is really interesting. The 380 is really interesting. The 390, though, I'm most likely going to be picking up a 390 just because I like AMD. I prefer it just because of their price to performance ratio. Well, that's about it. I'm not going to bore you with any more talk about this. Well, you know what? You shouldn't be bored. You should be enjoying this. You wouldn't have clicked on the video. Please make educated choices about what you buy. Always make sure you count the TDP. I'm just going to say that. If you don't know what that is, look it up, because it's going to be terrible if you buy a wrong power supply. There you go. So that's all I have to say. You guys have a great day. Like and subscribe. This has been Cockcast.